What up, y'all? Righteous Consultant 333. Like and subscribe. Send this motherfucker far and wide. Back at it, just dropping some more gems like I usually do. Gems, crystals, some spiritual stuff. But I'm back at it, man. I'll tell you, I'm gonna be more consistent than I have. I've been dropping, more videos. And I want people to know that they don't have to be in the situation they in financially or even physically also, but I'm talking about some financial stuff. I'm not a financial advisor. I'm not a lawyer, none of that. I got my disclaimers out. Don't want to get booked because they don't want people to know this information. It's not no conspiracy theorist type of stuff. This is real life things that you could do to, no matter what color you are, you could utilize this information. I acquired this skill set I learned. And I know that other people will want to acquire it as well because it will help you, especially financially. And I talk about disputing a lot because, you need to know how to dispute. You need to know how to dispute because things will happen. Things will happen no matter if you're rich or you're poor. Like I always, I use the examples a lot. Like, say, for instance, you don't have to necessarily be anything about that, your FCRA or the credit report, or anything. It doesn't have to be none of that. It could be like, you didn't get paid on time at your job and they're not trying to, do anything and they moving too slow. You have rights, you have things you could do. Something hit your account, your checking account, and it wasn't yours. And you trying to see what's going on. They moving too slow. It might have ate up your money, or you probably had bills right there and made your bills didn't get paid. It's things you could do, and that could happen to you if you're rich or poor. So you will need to learn how to dispute, and disputing is easy, especially when you use AI, ChatGPT in particular. ChatGPT, you know, people are sleeping on AI. I'm not a tech savvy person. I'm not a tech guru, none of that. I just utilize some things that I learned that it work and it's easy. And by me not being tech savvy or computer savvy, and I'm able to make these things happen using I think anyone could do it. You could change your situation. It's a lot of things you can do with AI. You could get a whole lot of money using AI. It makes things way easier. I'm not saying there's God no stupid shit like that, but I'm just saying why not utilize this tool to help your situation? Especially if you have, like I say, negative credit, you don't have to have that on your consumer report because the FCRA have a lot of laws and rules that these companies have to go by. They have to satisfy everything. They can't just satisfy like a few of them. Say, for instance, they have to satisfy 10 things. They can't do none. It had to be the whole 10, and you don't even have to know all these laws. You got to just upload your credit reports. You can get them free at certain places. Go to an annual credit report. It's a government website and it's credible and it's free. You get your credit reports. Get all three of them. Upload to ChatGPT and ask ChatGPT before you even do anything. Tell ChatGPT to act like an experienced consumer attorney, or just say act like a well-experienced FCRA attorney. Then let that prompt go through. Then it's gonna be in that type of mode. It's gonna be pulling stuff from that from them type of situations because you don't want to just AI like ChatGPT. AI is smart, but it's stupid. If you don't prompt it right, that you're not gonna really get the answers you want because it pulls from vast. It's a big language. Them start talking like I'm tech. I don't know none of that shit, but I know that it pulled from a vast amount of information and you want to narrow it down to get the best outcome for your situation. I know that much. I don't gotta be motherfucking rocket scientist. But I've been using AI to do all type of shit that I would never do if I didn't have it. You know what I mean? And you could get a lot of money using, man. You can get a $20 a month subscription. I'm not getting paid by ChatGPT telling your ass this shit. I'm just letting you know what I've been doing. I've been winning. Man, you can win. $20 a month to get you thousands of dollars. I ain't saying it will. Don't try to, but I'm saying it could. At least for me, it have. Utilizing ChatGPT, all type of different things, school, all type of stuff you can utilize it for. You can go get you some money. But the one of the biggest things I've been saying, or well, I'm worried about is getting things off my consumer report. I done got all my negatives off my consumer report, and I use ChatGPT and strategies and consumer law. Then when you do that, when you leverage the other thing, you take them to arbitration or whatever, you know, you can make things happen, and you get everything off your consumer report that's negative. You start to build your report up. You start to add primary accounts and trade lines, and you know all these things that make you look good on paper. You go get some money from the bank at a low rate, and then you strategize on that. Also, it's strategies. You got to implement these strategies to win. It's not hard. You got to just know the information. Everybody not dumb. I'm not the smartest person in the world. It's just I learned some stuff and I implemented it and it worked. And that's all you have to do. You could get some money easy. You could get money. You don't supposed to be saving your money to do business. You're supposed to go get money to do business. You know what I'm saying? Like you go get money from the bank to do business. You make yourself look good on paper. I know I be saying this a lot. I have to, and you have to understand that this is the game. If you don't want to work at a 9 to 5 for the rest of your life, what else are you gonna do? This is a game. Illegal stuff only lasts so long. Fuck all that. You can make a whole lot of money legally and tell them to go kiss your ass, and you don't got to go work or slave or none of that. Fuck all that. Now I don't knock it. I'm not saying you can work to get to you got to do what you got to do to get to where you got to where you want to be. But the ultimate goal is you really don't want to have a W-2 because that's the lowest of the lowest. You get no real benefits from it. You know, you know. So you call yourself establish generational wealth. You really don't want to work for nobody. You want to have your own business. You want to, purchase, accumulate, excuse me, assets. Yeah, but disputing, you want to learn how to dispute, and that's what one of my offers. I'm going to teach people how to dispute, and I'm going to teach people how to, go through arbitration. I'm not a lawyer. It's not legal advice, but you can learn. This is just for educational purposes. You can look at the steps. You learn the system. Because once you learn these two little systems, these two things, you can do anything you want. It's on you after that. And if I'm telling you that if this stuff, what I'm saying, really worked, it's powerful. If it really worked, that's fucking powerful. Get anything off your credit. Then you could pay to make yourself look good. You can buy trade lines. You don't know what a trade line is? Look it up. You can buy aged corpse. You don't know what an aged corpse? Look it up. Search it up on YouTube. Do some information, do some research, do your footwork, do your due diligence. I'm just a nigga online. I could be telling you anything. I could be capping. Buy these trade lines, the primary accounts, and you want to make yourself look good on paper. Transactions going to your bank account. You literally pay, ADP to make it, to make deposits to your bank account. There's other platforms too. I'm not sponsored by none of this stupid ass shit. I find a way and I'm trying to, lead people to it if they want to go. And I'm giving you the sauce. I'm not trying to gatekeep or hold nothing. I'm gonna tell you the truth. It's what you do with it. If I'm telling you that I know a route to get stuff off your consumer report, and it's like it works it works. It works. I have multiple settlements multiple within the last 4 months, at least 25. I'm just one person. So this is not no one like one shot of Earthsky, like some fluke. This thing works. And if you do it correctly, you could get anything off your credit. Then once you do that, you could get paid for having fucked up stuff on your credit. You got to just know the system. You hear people say it all the time, though, but they're not gonna tell you this everything. Then motherfuckers that I didn't, when you start doing this stuff, right? You're gonna have to sign NDAs. You can't really even say a whole lot of stuff. They're gonna try to sue you. So that part of the game that I'm charged for, it's gonna be in like a private setting, not like It's gonna be something. It's not gonna be on you fucking YouTube, so they can get booked because they don't want you to know this. They don't. Why would they want you to have good credit? You pay twice when you got bad credit. When you have bad credit, you have to make a down payment, even though that's illegal in itself. That's another thing. But when you have bad credit, you seem to pay for things twice, and these companies don't have a real incentive if everybody has good credit. So a nigga like me is telling you some sauce that actually work. My views be kind of low and stuff like that. They don't want me to get reached out because people that have common sense, they're like, this nigga's really telling the truth. Because if I was fake, you can find out. How can I'm not? I know people cover us. I'm just a regular. I'm not covering that nothing. Nigga, this is real. You can really get all that stupid shit off your credit. But if your mind ain't right, it don't matter if you get it off. You don't know what to do with it. Or you gonna put it right back on. This is a mindset thing too, but I don't care about none of that. I'm just trying to tell you guys I know a route and it works. If you want to purchase it, you hit me up. It works. You can get anything off your credit. Anything negative. School, all that shit, whatever. Child support, all late payments, collections. You can get anything off your consumer report. You got to just know the game. You got to just know the route. And I didn't know this until I had to do it myself. And once you do it yourself, you see it yourself. Sometimes it's not really good to have people do it for you. It's cool because I was lazy like that. I wanted just to pay what I wanted to pay and do I want, but I had to do it myself because I didn't have the money at the time to really pay. Then I had a little money. I joined little masterminds and I paid to learn this, and I had to piece these things together. It wasn't like I just went to one place and I was just set. I had something that will put you is to set you. If you learn how to dispute and you learn the manner how I'm teaching you, you better to take this and do whatever. Straight up. You would. Then I always talk about the credit because credit equals money. If you allowed to borrow money at a low interest rate, and you know, I mean, come on. If they let me borrow 100 grand, that's two $50,000 credit card, business credit card. In business world, that's not nothing. So a regular person, that's a whole lot. They give you two $50,000 credit cards, right? They're not gonna just give it to you, but you qualify for it because you built your credit up, all the negatives off. You paid to make yourself look good on paper. Then you have money hitting your account, so it look like you got transactions going, like you rolling. So it's a lot of other little things too. Then you get two $50,000 business credit cards, right? At 0% interest. Say for instance, you get like 88 grand out of that because you got to pay $1,000 a month for the monthly payments. So 88 grand, you give up 12. You couldn't do nothing with 88 grand for if you had $88,000 in your hand right now. You couldn't flip that or invest that. I should say. You know what I mean? Not the stupid gambling way, but really have shit in motion, have stuff lined up. Like people like me, invest in yourself, learn a skill set, learn this. Then you could be teaching other people or doing what you need to do. Get this off your credit. With the 88 grand, come on, you can make yourself look good on paper. You could use that money to deposits in your account to make it seem like you got payments coming, and it's your own money. You just using a payment provider, a payroll provider like ADP or some shit. You'll pay yourself. They probably take a little bit. You pay yourself. So you got, money going in your account. It don't cost that much to make you look good on paper. You could buy primaries, you could buy age courts. That 88, you just don't know. You could cook with that. You could just keep going and going and going. It's to the point that you could go to banks, right? Say for instance, you go to 9 banks. 9 banks, yeah. Say for instance, you go to 9 banks. You don't even got to go all in one day. You just set it up. You go 3 this day, 3 the next day, and 3 the next. These 3 right here, these first 3 I'm going to, they probably all pull from experience. So I just go there. This other 3 they pull from TransUnion, and I hit them up. The Equifax, I hit them up. I didn't got 20, 25, 15, a dub, 30, all these different banks. You know what I mean? Because of my profile, because how I look on paper. And you take that money and you invest it. You just don't just fuck it off. and you just keep going. That's what it is. That's the fucking game, you know. But some people don't want to go through all that. They don't want to do that. They just regular, just content with just working their little job or working a job. I ain't gonna just say little job, working a job. They're all right. But some people want more of that. Some people want to be able to be with their family. Some people tired. Their body probably tired. They probably don't want to be going to work. My dad worked for years, 50 fucking years. He retired. So, you know, this is a new age. It's the age of Aquarius, the age of knowledge, the age of knowing. Fuck that believing shit. I don't believe nothing. I know. I don't have to believe anything. Just because you believe in something don't make it true. I'm not knocking nobody's beliefs, but I'm using these words for a reason because, they mean something other than what you think they mean. But Righteous Consulting, y'all, tap in. If you're not tripping on that, you just want some services, you got some stuff on your credit report that you want off, hit me up. Look at my link in the description, my website. Anything that could be negative on a credit report, we get off easily using consumer law and AI. You could hit me up, or if you're not really sure, you could have a call with me. It's all in the link. Righteous Consultant 333. Like, subscribe. I love y'all. Peace. Until next time.